I've learned a lot these past 3 years since I've been away, and I've narrowed it down to these 5 life lessons. Hello, fellow adventuristas, and welcome back to my channel where we come together to inspire you to build a life of adventure. You got this. It's good to be back, and it's really good to reconnect with you. As I talked about in my last video where I recapped what my family and I have been up to these past 3 years, I wanted to dive a little bit deeper. And I wanted to talk about the top 5 things that I learned while I've been away. 5. The 5th life lesson that I've learned is to be brave. Now, I know I've done a lot in the past that I would say made me brave. Back when I started building my tiny house, I think in 2013, that was one of the bravest things I'd ever done. Since then, I've gone skydiving, became a certified scuba diver, went scuba diving in Indonesia with a group of people I'd never met before, bought a tiny house in northern Michigan, learned to snowmobile, learned to snowboard. Midlife crisis? Maybe not crisis, maybe midlife fun. Girl, let's do it. Be brave. Boss up and change your life! Life is scary, and there's lots of ways to fail. But if you don't try, you'll never know. 4. The 4th life lesson that I've learned is life is short. Do cool shit. Life is short. I know we all know this, but we also don't all know this. We take time for granted. It's really helped me appreciate the value of time. I don't know if it's because I'm older now. I'm 36 and a half. And maybe it's because I have 4 kids now. There's something about understanding life having this finite point. I think when you're younger, you feel like I'm gonna live like this forever and I'm going to be able to do whatever I want, whenever I want. And then you have kids and then you grow up and you get a job and tread, quiet! And you deal with 12-year-olds. And then you realize the 12-year-old screaming used to be a baby like 5 minutes ago. It goes by really fast. Come say hi. Oh, it's a bunny. This is Hef. Say hi, my name's Hef. Mr. Hefner. He is our almost 3-year-old. Is it 3 or 2? But he's our bunny and we love him regardless of how old he is. He's so soft. He runs around. He's litter trained. Yes. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. That's Hef. Okay, what was I saying? Life is short. Get a bunny. I sadly have known a couple people who have passed away at a very young age. And I also know people who are older and who are dying and they didn't get to do everything that they wanted to do. People have approached me and been like, hey, I can't wait to build or do something like what you're doing when I'm retired. Honey, retirement days may or may never come. Tomorrow may or may never come. I don't mean that to be morbid by any means, or like, Debbie Downer. That's not what I'm getting at. The point is, it's a realization. And for me, I have realized my kids are growing up fast and life is short. Therefore, let's do some cool shit. I challenge myself and I challenge you to make the most use of time. Don't wait for tomorrow to start that adventure you've been dreaming of. Start making steps towards it today. Number 3 life lesson I've learned is challenge yourself to say yes way more than you say no. I'm not sure if you've seen the movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey, but I love the premise of that. It really encapsulates how I approach life and how I encourage others to approach life. Say yes. If someone says, hey man, let's go skydiving, say yes. Hey, let's just go on a walk today. You're tired, it's cold outside, say yes. Let's learn to scuba dive. Yes. Let's do a staycation, meaning like 5 minutes away. Let's just get a motel, hotel, however you have it. Say yes. Start a family. Say yes. Get married. Say yes. Start a new job. Say yes. Learn something new. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes more. Big or small, accept the challenges of the journey that life brings your way. Number 2, life lesson. 'Tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Because sometimes that love you lost finds its way back to you. This is pretty personal, and I will make a video on this later. What could that mean? I'm someone who's more guarded and shy, and I'm hesitant to put myself out there. It's really difficult for me to love. Loving and losing and loving again. It's a big lesson. A big lesson. So 'tis better to have loved. When you have children and you go through a divorce, it's really hard to find trust and solid ground again. When I made the decision to say, I can do this, I'm going to face this again, and I'm going to get up and make sure that I don't miss out on the things I know I deserve. I now have love and family that has been waiting for me all along. And all I had to do was just be a little patient and open my heart back up. And before I get to the number 1 thing I learned, I want to talk about some things that led up to that. To bring all of you up to speed, I built a tiny house. The backstory is I became a single mom shortly after having my 3rd child, and it was a really rough time. I had made some decisions in my past that was destructive behavior due to depression, and this was an opportunity I wanted to take to make more of a constructive choice. When an opportunity came to buy a piece of land on a lake, I took that instantly. And I could dream a life there with my children and I. While researching ideas on what I could build on this piece of land that was small, I came across the whole tiny house movement. I knew I had just stumbled upon something really special and really great. The number one thing I've learned since I've been away is a winner don't quit on themselves. Keep running 'cause a winner don't quit on themselves. Truest words from my spirit animal, Queen Bee. A winner don't quit on themselves. You hear me, people? Adventuristas, a winner don't quit on themselves. You're a winner. Don't quit. Don't give up. This is the biggest and greatest gift you can give to yourself. Check out my next video where I will be giving you a tour of our house that we are building. Not a tiny house, an actual house. I have been documenting this since we've gotten started, and I look forward to continue to share with you the progress as we move ahead. As always, this channel is about connecting. So make sure to comment below and tell me some of the things you've learned these past 3 years. I love gaining insight into other people's lives and the journeys that they've taken and the lessons they've learned. While you're in the groove of commenting and sharing your journeys with me, also share with me the videos that you'd like me to share with you and any new content you'd like me to create. Come say hi to me on Instagram so you can see pictures of my kids, my family, see pictures of the tiny house, our place up in Michigan, and some of the journeys and adventures we are currently on. Thanks for coming over and hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Together, let's build more, do more, be more. Remember, we're in this together. Now go do something adventurous today. Cabin Chick out. It's going to be impossible to make a YouTube channel with a baby. This is so challenging. You know what? At least I'm trying. This is going to be an editing nightmare.